update now. And there are currently doctors all over the world holding up maps of Syria like X-rays, looking at them and saying, oh, shit, this does not look good. Somebody page the hospital chaplain. The Syrian town of Hula was the site of a horrendous massacre over the weekend, with more than 108 people slaughtered, including women and children. And the international community has launched into action, firing some of the most powerful words in their arsenal at the Assad regime, sparing no adjective to defend the Syrian people semantically. There seems to be very few sentences that we are not willing to deploy over there now, unless any of those sentences contain the words, we are going to physically do something about this.
The international community's response to the Syria crisis thus basically largely involved finger-wagging, tutting, head-shaking and issuing resolutions beginning, now, seriously, mate, come on. And as a result of there's been a lot of horse trading, John, about this issue. A lot of horse trading. The result of that, there's been one very confused horse strapped to the roof of a kebab van outside the UN building in New York, saying, well, this could have gone a lot better than it did. And one of the great problems is that Syria's long-term allies and trade partners, Russia and China, are not so much dragging their feet on the issue as standing with their feet stuck in blocks of concrete, saying, if you lend me a toothbrush, I'll start chiselling this concrete off my feet, and then we can really start moving. Hang on, who's that ringing the doorbell? Oh, it's a delivery. Great, my new concrete socks. I'll just put them on. Yeah, I wear my socks outside my shoes. Have you got a f***ing problem with that?
Kofi Annan, whose Syrian peace plan is currently looking as peaky as the Himalayas right now, has vowed to investigate. Well, hold on. Vowed to investigate? Assad must be shaking in his furry tank slippers right now, Andy. That's the best you've got. And anyway, that is a misuse of the word vow. The word vow promises much stronger action than investigations. You vow to take vengeance on someone. You vow to not rest until your enemy is dead. You don't vow to set up a committee to uncover further details of the thing that just annoyed you. You don't hear Russell Crowe during Gladiator saying, my name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the north, general of the Felix legions, loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I vow to launch a full and vigorous investigation in this life or the next.
The UN have today issued a statement saying that these acts may amount to crimes against humanity. Now that word may is... it seems perhaps a bit of an understatement. I guess we shouldn't jump to conclusions. The UN, as ever, going out on a limb on this one, the limb of a baby gerbil burrowed down safely in some nice warm sawdust after having its limbs hacked off.
The horrendous truth is, we're going to do absolutely nothing about this, partly because of Russia and China, but especially Russia, are going to block any UN resolutions to take any action. Even after the Hula massacre, Russia's deputy foreign minister said it was premature for the Security Council to consider any new measures. That was after a massacre when people had their hands tied behind their backs before being stabbed to death in their own homes. To say it's premature to talk about any new measures doesn't just take balls, Andy. It takes Russian balls, which are huge painted balls with a succession of slightly smaller balls inside them. Hillary Clinton said the case for military intervention was growing stronger every day, saying, the Russians are telling me they don't want to see a civil war. I've been telling them their policy is going to help to contribute to a civil war. And I guess they've been telling her back, Hillary, I don't know how else to tell you this, but we don't give a shit about this, okay? Does it help to hear it like that? We don't give a shit. Stop bothering us with this shit.
Assad's team have blamed rebels for the atrocity, saying that they're trying to spark just such an international intervention, before adding, no, is no one buying that? Ah, fair enough, but it was worth a pop, though. Still, before you do pop over to Syria to intervene, you might like to check exactly where we are on a map. You'll find us on the page marked Political Tinderbox. Good luck. So what are the options for the international community? Well, it seems that's very restricted politically. It's a delicate game of political Jenga, and you just never quite know what's going to happen. So perhaps the most important thing we can do is start to try to get inside Assad's head and try to understand what makes him tick. And the world leader who's leading the way on this approach is none other than the American president himself. And
well, that's good.
To explain how he's doing this, I'll refer to an interview with People magazine that Michelle Obama, the First Lady, has given, in which she revealed that one of the president's songs of choice to sing to himself around the house and in the shower is LMFAO's I'm Sexy and I Know It.
Oh, my God.
Which, as buglers will know, was also a personal favourite of Bashir al-Assad. So
It's catchy, Andy. It's the one thing that brings despots and presidents together. We're not as different as we think.
it's a bonding tune, isn't it?
I'll work it out. It's something that we can share. When they're starting to try and get negotiations together, this should be their pump-up music. They're sitting around the table, play this whole song and then say, listen, we've all got passion in our pants. We know we're not afraid to show it. And then they can all dance a bit to get the blood pumping, and then they can settle down to start talking like rational, moral human beings.
Just so you know, if both Obama and Assad realise that they are both sexy and that they both know it,
right?
Then that's like Reagan and Gorbachev coming together, isn't it, over their shared love of table tennis in the 1980s?
Can we please stop playing that song?
Well,
is that for,
Chris, I mean,
is that for copyright reasons or artistic?
that's one of a few I can think of.
Chris, if your body doesn't automatically move when that song starts playing, then you are medically dead inside.
The convulsions count.